What's up, everybody? It's Killer R3G back with another video. As promised, I told you guys I would do a side-by-side between the Samsung KS9800 full array backlit QLED TV and the LG C7 OLED TV. I'm gonna start this video off with something simple. A lot of people who get these TVs, you know, they pretty much tell you that OLED is far superior from the QLED line, or you know, anything that Sony makes that is LED driven. So the technology of LED, it's supposed to be far superior, and most aspects and a lot of TVs it is, but you do have some TVs out there that can compete, and that's all I've ever said. There's TVs out there that compete. There's TVs out there that, you know, have certain areas where it's better than OLED. So this video right here is going to prove my point. I'm going to start this video off by showing you settings on the OLED, because if I make this video and the Samsung looks pretty good and it holds its own against this OLED, people are going to be in the comments saying, oh, what was your settings on your TV? You must have dumbed the TV down to make the Samsung look good. Okay, that's not what I do. Me, I'm honest. I buy these TVs, I buy video games, I buy all the movies, I buy them all myself. So this is me working hard, being able to afford to live the way I want to live, and being blessed enough to do so. I'm not paid by any of these people. I'm a small YouTube channel, I have no sponsors. So this is all me in my pocket and my hard work and being blessed. So here, right? These are my settings. This is game mode. So I like to watch my stuff on Vivid. It makes the screen brighter. I will say, compared to my B6, the C7 is far superior than that TV. Because when I did side by side with the B6, I was underwhelmed. And that led me to make the videos that I made that sparked controversy over my KS9800, because I felt that it was a better picture than the B7. I mean the B6. So these are my video settings here. So you can look at them. You see I don't have the OLED. I don't have anything crazy going on. Alright, let me get out of that. So now we're going to do this side by side. I'm going to kill one myth. Black levels, black levels, black levels. That's all everyone talks about, black levels. And I've been on video and I said, you know, pound for pound, the black levels are better on the OLED. But with my B6, I've noticed that the black levels are superior, but they crush a lot of details. The C7, not so much. The C7 is a lot better than the actual B6 that I have in the room. So, okay, for one, before I start this myth buster, you can see that Samsung logo bouncing across the screen, and I can tell you what you don't see. You don't see halo, right? That's what they tell you. Anytime the screen is supposed to be all black, those lights make a halo. And you see that, and it's irritating, and yada, 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 yada. Okay, so for one, you don't see that. But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start up Netflix. All right? Everybody knows when Netflix starts, it goes black. And then you see, oh, hang on. I just jumped to, all right. Let me get out of Netflix. Quit out. All right. So when you start Netflix, right? Everybody knows it goes black and OLED. Look at that. There's no halo. Netflix logo. Cool. All right. Now, any other effect that you see it's from my actual. Yeah, let me turn the low light down. That looks a lot better. All right. So any blooming or halo that you'll see is just because of the brightness. It's from my camera. It's not from the actual app itself. So you've seen that app. It started off, it was black, it was beautiful, there was no halo effect on the OLED. Okay, so we're gonna go around, we're gonna do this because this is an LCD. It's not supposed to be all black like that. It's supposed to be a halo around Netflix. It's supposed to be lights around Netflix. It's supposed to be bright. It's supposed to be irritating, right? Didn't see that there. All right. So we're gonna go into Netflix on both. I wish there was stuff I can play to where these videos wouldn't get flagged, because I've made a few videos for you guys and you know YouTube's pulled them down, and I thought they were pretty good videos because of the content I have. But now I'm gonna pause this video and I'm gonna put a disc on and we're gonna jump scenes and compare them side by side. So we'll be back in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're back. All right, so this is a scene from Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. I just wanted to catch like a random scene where there's HDR popping, and I know you can't see the HDR through the actual camera phone. For its credit, though, I am recording 4K with HDR mode on, but you can't see it. It won't translate through here, especially when I upload this to YouTube. But what you can see is clarity, crisp, and color. So from what I notice here is the Samsung does have superior color, but the LG handles the color better. I do have the Samsung's color, I believe, to a 50, 55, and the LG's was, I think, 65 or 70 or whatever. But LG handles the color better. These are both 4K. You can see there. Let's see if I can zoom in on that real quick for you. One of these was purchased at a Walmart, and the other was purchased at Best Buy solo. It's 4K Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, 4K Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. One came in a 2-pack, one came solo. All right. So that right there is what that picture looks like on the KS9800, which is the Samsung. And then this is the LG OLED C7. All right. There's a far out shot of both. Both are beautiful pictures. And like I've always said, you can't go wrong with either. My videos was always pretty much directed towards other YouTubers who were saying that this technology totally shits on this technology, and this technology can't compete. And if you had this technology, you had a far less superior technology. My videos was always to show you that was wrong, because I was witnessing it. I had both. I have both. And then I went out and I got a newer version, which handles it a lot better. But that's all my videos was to show you. I didn't think that last year's model was $2,000 more of a value than this one. And still, with this year's model, you know, you can't go wrong with either. They're both great TVs. But I'm gonna pause this video and I'm gonna switch scenes, and hopefully I don't get flagged. So I'm back. what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna play a small scene and hope this video don't get flagged from both, and you'll be able to see the same scene played out on both TVs side by side. And they both look beautiful. Both spectacular sets. It's the HDR pops more on the Samsung, and the color is more vibrant. But I can honestly tell you, using this TV for the last 2.5 weeks, unless you put them side by side, you can't really tell that this TV doesn't get as bright as this TV. No, that don't make sense, but this TV is plenty bright compared to last year's model. I haven't had any issues adjusting to this TV coming from this TV. This TV here gets up to 1400 nits. This TV gets up to 1000 nits. Now, when people say that, you gotta understand, when a TV can get up to, that's not what it averages. This TV here will average over 1000 nits if you have the settings on properly. This TV will average around 680 to 700 nits, which is a lot better than last year's model, and plenty bright enough in any circumstances, any kind of room. Let me turn these lights on, as a matter of fact. It's just, you know, they're both spectacular TVs. I'm satisfied with both. The B6 that I have in the room was a great TV. It's just that when I, like a lot of people, heard about the great things that OLED was doing, I went out and bought a B6, and I immediately came home and I did a side-by-side with, actually it wasn't even the KS9800 at first. At first it was my KS8000, and then the KS9000, and then I eventually got the KS9800. I know I'm a TV whore. Shut up, I don't want to hear it. But yeah, and I do currently still own all of those TVs. But when I did the side-by-side, I was like, man, like, this is supposed to be like the future. Like, why are these TVs so close and good compared to it? Oh, but I guess I better stop these videos before Big Daddy YouTube pulls them down, right? But yeah, I really just was underwhelmed with last year's TV. But the C7 this year is a far better TV than it was last year. I can't say enough about it. And I will say that both these TVs are great. Pound for pound, it's hard for me to give a winner. But if I had to go with one, like if I had my last $4,000 to spend, I probably would go with the OLED. Because if you're going to spend that type of money, you might as well get it, right? But if you have, you know, a nice LED TV like the KS9800, you're not missing much to warrant yourself spending an extra $2,000. Hopefully, this side-by-side comparison showed you that. Again, I did not show you the settings that I have on my KS9800, because it doesn't matter what settings I have on my KS9800, because it's supposed to be a lesser technology. It's not supposed to be as good as the OLED. So if it's competing with the OLED, then it really doesn't matter, as long as I show you the OLED stats, right? So you see that I did not dumb this TV down to make this video or all right, that's a good scene right there, right? Same scene, and you could just see like they're both very sharp. You really can't complain about any of them. The OLED has more of a natural tone look, where the Samsung is more vibrant and lush. But I mean, you pretty much pick your poison. I guess it just depends on how you like to watch your content. Like, I'm okay with the way both these look. Let's see. Yeah, in the LG, you can see, you see the gunshot to Caesar's chest. You can decipher the difference between him being wet because it was raining and bleeding, and you can see the blood coming out of the wound a little better. I believe you see the blood in his nose, and then here you can see the blood, but it's a lot darker. It's not as separated. I feel like here on the Samsung, you can see smaller details in the environment better than you can on the LG, as far as the color, different textures of the leaves, versus here, which you still can see them. But I don't know. It's a tough one, man. They're both great TVs. And again, they're both in 4K. Two separate players, but they're both in 4K. Yeah, let's see if we can go to another scene. Show us something good. All right. All right, I think this is like I said, man, watching this, both these TVs, you'll go back and forth on which one you think is better. It's almost like once you see something that you like on one TV, immediately the other TV responds with something that you like better on it. So again, right, look at the scenery and you'll look at the depth on the LG, and as best as this camera can pick up, look at the background, look at the smoke that's in the sky, look at the, I don't know if you can see it, you barely can see it on here. There's a tower, and then there is mountains in the back, far back. Right, okay, you should be able to see it there. All right, look at the detail in the rocks and the dirt and the grass that's right in front. And then I'm gonna go to the Samsung. And then you can see the depth is a little better on the Samsung. You can see the tower in the back. You can see the smoke a lot clearer. You can see the mountains better. You can see more detail on objects that are further, like buildings that are further in the back, versus coming here, that first building right there with the red, look like brick roof. You can't really see the full details there, but you can see it here. It's really tough to pick a winner. They're both great. Get either or. You're a winner with both. Both technologies are great, but I hope this proved my point. Samsung is not that far behind. If you have one, you're not losing much. So, Killer R3G, and I'm out. Appreciate you watching.